There is so many types of martial arts over so many cultures. I looked up some of the weirder ones just to find one for the video. I found kind of Muay Thai, where you just like gouge people's eyes and like bite them and stuff. But no, today we're going over the best MMA fighters according to their respective styles, part two. So last video we went over BJJ, wrestling, boxing, and kickboxing. So today I thought we'd start it off with karate. And for my third pick, I have Robert Whitaker. Robert Whitaker truly is one of the best examples in MMA of taking a classic karate stance and the karate footwork, that bouncing in and out, that quick on his feet, and using that and adapting it to MMA. I mean, he had really good boxing. He had good hands when he got in close, and he would use that boxing with his kind of karate stance. He would move in, had the best 1-2 head kick in the game. I mean, everyone knows that. I mean, he would set that up so perfectly. There it is against Jacare. No, but for me, Whitaker, he deserves to be in this list because of those darting entries to close distance, land his punches. At middleweight, where a lot of fighters are kind of flat-footed, a little bit slower, his movement makes him hard to hit, makes him dangerous to trade with. His jab, his ability to explode in and out of range, all classic karate techniques, kind of, I guess, reimagined in MMA. And that style helped him win the belt and stay at the top of the division for a long time. So, moving on to my number two, Lyoto Machida. Now, he definitely did adapt karate to work with MMA, but he was more of a purist when it came to karate than Robert Whitaker. He was the fighter that really proved karate could work at the highest level of the game. I mean, before him, most people thought karate wasn't that effective in the octagon, but that elusive stance, the in-and-out movement, his counter-punching, everything about his style changed the game in terms of karate and high-level MMA. I mean, God, his Rashad knockout, he literally, right here, you see him, like, Karate Kid-style switch kick Randy Couture. This guy was really high-level, and he faced some of the toughest opponents, always made him hesitant to engage because of his timing, his accuracy, and his striking pedigree. And like I said, to me, he was kind of the building block of karate and MMA, you know, the godfather, like Mark Coleman for ground and pound. But I gotta say, if he opened the door, then my God, Stephen Thompson opened that door and ran right through it. Like I said, you can say Machida was the building blocks, but Wonder Boy perfected it. I mean, he was so light on that lead leg. He was so versatile with his lead leg attacks. He was light on his feet. He could dart in and out. He could hide his attack so well. I mean, everything about his game was just so high level. Like, that guy didn't see that kick coming. You know what I mean? You're not going to see that kick coming. And this is a guy that had trained karate from such a young age, and he might have not had that good of grappling, but he fought some killers. I mean, Johnny Hendricks, Robert Whitaker, that's the guy we were just talking about. If you just look who had the best, purest form of just technical karate, then my God, there is nowhere else to look than Wonder Boy Thompson. And honestly, the most impressive thing about him might just be his versatility, diversity of strikes. But yeah, let's move on to Judo. At my number three, I have Gyro Parisian. This guy was the Lyoto Machida of Judo. I mean, he showed us that it could be used in high-level mixed martial artists. And yeah, he was throwing everyone around pretty much back in the day. But yeah, no, I mean, jokes aside, he was one of the first fighters to bring Judo into the UFC at a time when everyone was focused on wrestling, Jiu-Jitsu. He was just tossing guys with hip throws and trips straight out of the, like, Judo 101 playbook, you know? He didn't win a belt, but he proved that it could be a legitimate weapon inside the octagon. And for many fans, he was the first real taste of what Judo could look like inside MMA. Moving on to my number two, controversial because most people would say it was number one, Ronda Rousey. Everybody knew what Ronda was going to do to you. She was going to judo throw you, she was going to armbar you. But very, very few people could stop it. And my God, did she armbar and judo throw everyone. Now, Parisian might have been the first guy to really show us judo and MMA, but she was the one that popularized it. She was the one that really proved this can work at the highest level. I say that because Ronda built her career off of her judo. I mean, that was the base of everything she did. And yeah, she lacked in the striking. I know that she lost to Holly Holm. I know that she lost to Amanda Nunes. But you gotta think, too, Holly Holm, 6-0 as a kickboxer, 33-2-3 as a boxer, 18 defenses. The other person that she lost to, the GOAT of the fucking women's sport. Like, I don't know, it's just weird to me that so many people hate on her because of her losses when it's like you lost to the GOAT of women's MMA. Like, you know. Anyway, my number one is Kayla Harrison, the best judo fighter to ever step foot inside of the octagon. Now, I know I said, it'd be controversial. There's not as many, or as much footage on Kayla Harrison. She's only had 3 fights in the UFC, but she just brings such a high-level judo pedigree into the cage. I mean, it's hard not to put her at number one just from her accomplishments outside of the UFC. It's like, I know that she's going to become the best if she's not already. Here's a video of her throwing Alex Vieta. Look at the size comparison. We talked about how good Ronda was. Well, here's Ronda with her bronze medal. In Olympic history, there's only been 8 bronze medals won in judo for America, but for gold, it's only 2. And guess what? Both of them were fucking Kayla. Not just one of them. She's not only the only American to ever win judo Olympic gold medal, but she won both of them. Moving on to Muay Thai, and I think a perfect guy to start off this list is Jose Aldo. Now, I know that Jose was more known for his leg kicks than anything. He had super powerful leg kicks. I mean, you see here in his fight with Uriah Faber. And some analysts or just fans would argue that he's more of a kickboxer. But really, if you look at his fundamentals, it's Muay Thai, and he's a very, very high-level Muay Thai striker in the UFC. I mean, the clinch works, the ruthless kicks that shut down the opponent's movement, combined with that explosive boxing counters. He was such a dangerous guy on the feet. And although he's definitely not any slouch when you look at his hands, most people at featherweight couldn't match his Muay Thai. He was undefeated for a decade for a reason, and he was always elite in that discipline. But at number 2, I have Anderson Silva. Now, I know that I had Anderson Silva as a kickboxing number 1 last time, but really reconsidering, I think that Alex Poatan would be above him. But if you're just talking pure Muay Thai, there is not many men on the planet that's going to beat Anderson Silva. I mean, his Muay Thai clinch might be the best of any fighter ever. I mean, he has, 3-4 finishes? I don't know if I put the one, his debut on here. And his debut was against Chris Lieben, beat him with knees to the clinch. And like I said, yeah, Poatan might be a better pure kickboxer, but the distance management, the head movement, the knees, the elbows, the just fluidity of his striking, all this came from that Muay Thai unorthodox base. And Anderson Silva, he's a very interesting striker in general, but I think he definitely deserves to be in this list. But he cannot compare to number 1, Rafael Fiziev. Now, Rafael, he comes from, a legit Muay Thai background, and he has showed that in MMA since he's really fought in MMA. I mean, you see the high level, and you see that... I haven't seen that shit since I watched The Matrix, but... Anyway, so listen to me. Listen to the sound of this man's body kicks.
Strong.
I think my rib cage just cracked from watching that. I mean, it sounds like a baseball bat just slamming into someone's, side or something. But no, Fiziev, he's so high level. There's that lean back again. It gets me every time. No, he has powerful hands. He has powerful kicks. He's so explosive. And, his true base was his Muay Thai. His stance, his diversity of strikes, everything that makes him a unique, interesting, fun fighter is because of that Muay Thai stance, and he executes it, in my opinion, better than anybody ever has. I mean, his combinations, his willingness to just sit there and trade but still do it smart, I mean, his defense, head movement, he's my number 1 for sure. Now, I think that I saved the best style for last, because I say well-rounded. Who is the most just pure skilled, well-rounded fighter? Now, the most skilled fighter ever doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be the best fighter of all time or the GOAT. I'm not saying that, because you have to look at accomplishments. You have to look at strength of schedule, the guys that they fought, the guys that they've beaten, and the era that they're in, all that. But I'm just looking at technical ability. Who is the most skilled, well-rounded fighter of all time? And at my number 3, John Bones Jones is at my number 3. And honestly, it's might be a little weird to some people that he's only number 3, but you got to look at the guys on this list. I mean, it's so hard. Might cut up, but man, it's so hard to just choose between these guys. I mean, they're this well-rounded, this skilled. No, John Jones, he out-wrestled an Olympian. I mean, DC. He could fight from range. He had good kicks, good knees, good elbows. He could wrestle with the best of them. He could lock up submissions. He was the youngest UFC champion of all time, and he stayed undefeated for a long, long time. What the fuck am I talking about? He is undefeated. He has that one DQ, but I mean, come on, he's undefeated, and what makes him stand out is just how seamlessly, like, he blends everything together so well. He's never just boxing or wrestling. Like, he's a true mixed martial artist in the most unpredictable way. And another guy that rings true about is my number 2, George St. Pierre. Once again, I'm sure GSP is the number 1 on many people's list. But yeah, he started as a karate guy, but a lot of people, when they think of him as one of the highest level wrestlers of all time. Until Merab Dvalishvili took his record, he had the most takedowns of anyone. He was at like 90, I believe. But yeah, like I said earlier, he's the textbook definition of a martial artist. He didn't just train to win fights. He trained to master every discipline. He had such good fight IQ. He could strike. He could wrestle. He could do Jiu-Jitsu was high level, and he wasn't the most powerful. He was the smartest. That's what he was. His fight IQ was so good. And what I really respect about him and what I admire about him is his ability to adapt, his ability to learn. I mean, you look at every loss that he's had, he's won the rematch, other than, I think Johnny Hendricks beat him. But outside of that, I mean, this guy has constantly learned. I mean, when he came back, he fought Bisbing. Look at the technique. That might be the best rear naked I've ever seen. But the number 1, in my opinion, is Demetrius Johnson. You look at his wrestling. You look at his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You look at his striking. I mean, you look at everything that he does, and all of it is picture perfect. He blended the elements very well, and he was high level at all of them. I mean, it was very impressive to see. Listen to what Joe Rogan had to say about it.
He just does everything perfect.
Look, I know that DJ doesn't have the strength of schedule that some guys on this list do. I mean, the strength of schedule like GSP, like John Jones, but I truly don't believe anybody has ever been so technically skilled at all the elements of MMA and brought it into the octagon. Watching this guy fight was like art. I mean, he literally did nothing wrong. No one in MMA history has been able to blend the elements as well as he does and do it at the level as high as he has, make it look as smooth as he has. For my money, he is the most skilled fighter. He's not the GOAT, but for my money, he's the most skilled fighter to ever step foot inside the octagon. And I will die on that hill. Anyway, this was this exhibition matchup between Johnson and Rodtang. Rodtang's like the best Muay Thai fighter of our generation. And look at how seamlessly he goes into this takedown. Bam! Duck straight under. And he had to get a takedown. He lost the first round. He needed a shot. He got in right when he needed to, and he got the submission. I think what puts him at the top of this list is just his creativity, the way that he blended the elements, and his patience. But anyway, let me know in the comments if you agree with my picks, if I forgot anyone, if you would add anyone to the list yourself. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.